Guys, I don't know if you guys have heard the news, if you've seen what people have been talking about, been buzzing about. Mr. Kevin Feige was in an interview. He was asked straight out, what about Daredevil? I mean, I think that should be a movie. I think that if I do a Daredevil movie, that's what it should be called. What about Daredevil? Right. Like, is he going to be in the MCU? And everybody was out there talking about how confirmed. Kevin Feige says that the Daredevil will be in the MCU. And I'm like, I put it on my TikTok. I'm like, no, he didn't. He didn't say that at all. He said, if we use Daredevil, we will use Charlie Cox.
Right.
Since you guys keep bitching about it all the damn time. That's exactly what he said. He said, since you guys are out there bitching out there all the time, I'll give Charlie Cox a job.
Yeah, it's like if, like whenever, wherever, however.
Right.
It will be Charlie, but it's like he says it's not actually like 100% like.
Yeah, he said if we use it.
Yeah.
And everybody kept going, it's been confirmed. So did you see any of those reports? Confirmed.
I did. They're all like confirmed, but then they have no actual detail. So I love the freaking Daredevil character. Like, he's amazing. And bring Elektra back, please. Come on. Like, why aren't these
only if it's the Netflix ones?
Like, but see, okay. You can hate me for this. It's okay.
Here we go. Is this about to be a code?
We're gonna have a code red for a second. Let's do this.
Let's see it. So she said, Sarah says it's about to get real.
About to get real.
All right, let's see what happens. Wait, it didn't work.
It didn't. Your button didn't work. You gotta hit the big red button, Chris. Come on, man.
Red alert.
It's about to get real. Okay. What you got? What is it?
Okay, so I love the movies. I love the characters. I can't believe that these characters haven't been revived in this new iteration since Disney bought the series. I can't believe it. So Elektra, kick ass! Like, what is that? Why isn't she a thing? Daredevil, amazing character. I mean, why isn't that a thing? I don't understand how these characters haven't been revived, haven't been brought back into the MCU with the Disney's masterpiece.
I'll answer that.
There is an answer to that. What you got?
I'm sure there is.
What you got, Daniel? Let's see.
It's because after the last Netflix show ended, which was 2018.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
Yeah, they had like a 2-year time period where they couldn't use any of those characters. So now that it's over, it would have been over last year. But since the whole pandemic thing happened, we saved all these shows last year. But that is why we can now did those characters, because that whole 2-year time period just last, Jessica Jones season 3?
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is that they knew it was coming to an end. They had a contract. They knew it was coming to an end. And now they didn't even have plans to work them in to the current lineup.
I'm sure they do.
I mean, Kevin Feige doesn't.
They have to poach the actors that were in the Netflix series
or
the other movies, possibly. Well, he said, what were the quotes? All the articles.
He said officially, if they ever use the Daredevil character, it will be Charlie Cox.
Yeah, Charlie Cox, which was in the Netflix.
But Kevin Feige's not obligated to. He could have.
No,
he could have recast
obligated, but he's already said that.
He's already said.
He's announced. So if he reneges on that, then that's going to be a whole thing. So
it would be. But he could.
I feel like.
How is that going to work?
I feel like he will use him. I mean, clearly.
He did well.
Yeah. It was well received, well loved, and it makes sense. They're like, we got a good one. So let's just use them. The reason why Kevin Feige really hesitated was because that beef that he had with that other executive who was in charge of the Netflix Marvel shows, and he doesn't like to use other people's shows or characters. The MCU was built under Kevin Feige's vision and separately. It was linked. But you notice how Kevin Feige his movies never acknowledged like the TV shows. TV shows acknowledged him, but they never.
It's this whole separate thing. Like he's made sure that he's very divided from anything else the MCU has done. He hasn't referenced or touched anything else because it's the whole thing, like it's his own little baby.
Right.
And so the fact that he'd recognize this actor and these characters, is it like a moment where he's like, God, please stop hounding me about this? I'll just say that guy did a good job, and if we ever do it, maybe we'll use him, because I have no intention of pulling these characters back into my MCU universe, because ultimately it's Kevin Feige's MCU universe that we're watching and being entertained by right now.
Right.
So is that going to happen? Is that not? But would I be pissed? Would I be pissed? Yes, I would, because these are great characters. They're fun characters, and they're not essential to the universe and the storylines that he's built. But would I love to see them? Yes, please.
I think.
Yes, please.
I think that it's funny that because like Sarah said, this opens the door, because and it's just an if. Let's just say for the sake of argument, because come on, Kevin Feige's smart. He obviously saw the writing on the wall. He knew he knew he had a good actor in hand. He probably was struggling with the whole, I don't want to use any of that guy's creations, but Charlie Cox is a good guy, and he is a damn good Daredevil.
Did amazing.
And with the whole thing with Loki and the creation of variants, it solves the problem. That solved the problem instantly. So it doesn't have to be 100% that Daredevil, but it could be a very close variant.
That's his window. That's his
out.
Opportunity.
This is technically that same. This is obviously that same actor, but it's still technically my Daredevil, because I'm going to call him a variant. So it kind of solves the problem.
Because if he's doing that with Spider-Man, why can't he do that with Daredevil? Yeah. And maybe he can bring in that
Daredevil is he who remains,
and then roll out a different one entirely, because he has so many options with the multiverse, and that's something I love, and that's something that's going to be very exciting upcoming, and who knows what the writers will do with it, and hopefully they won't murder it, but I'm still going to watch it. Even if they like smother it in a pillow with their sleep, I'm still watching.
Wow, that got very bleak. But
it did.
But Kevin Feige's smart to do it. I think it was a good executive decision, and let's just be honest. If he's not going to even give us this much if he hadn't already made this decision like months or whatever ago. He made this decision a while ago, and he's now giving us a little taste. And I think it also
if ever is the key point of the conversation to pay attention to.
He gave himself an out, but. Yeah. But that was a strong commitment. If we ever use the devil, and technically Ben Affleck's Daredevil could walk through a portal. Technically, it could.
No thanks.
But if this also could lead to Kingpin, we all want to see that same Kingpin come back. Just like you were saying with Elektra. This opens the door to all of those Netflix characters. Except, which ones do you think would not be returning? Even though if obviously we're getting a variant of Daredevil, which links to Charlie Cox, which links to all those other shows, who's in, who's out? What do you say, Daniel? Let's what you got?
So definitely, what was his name who played Iron Fist?
He's out.
He's out.
Everybody said he's out.
For sure. And
I'm going to be honest.
I didn't watch that.
I'm going to be honest. The character got better during the Defenders.
Yeah.
So I think I would keep him in, me personally.
That's not Armie Hammer, is it? He looks just like Armie Hammer, doesn't he?
It was Finn something.
I don't even think anybody in Hollywood's allowed to even mention Armie Hammer after all that scandal.
I know, but he looked like Armie Hammer.
Armie Hammer was actually cast as Batman before in the mid 2000s. That's another cover random.
I don't know. I'm not sure who they'll bring back besides Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio. I'm not sure if they'll send it to anybody else.
If I'm not saying that it would 100% bring anybody different. Let's say if there was a Mount Rushmore or a list of names that's in and that's out, even though there's one character who definitely would be in, but it's still problematic. I'm talking about the Punisher. He would be in. Yeah. But the Punisher is problematic,
has to
though.
Come back.
Yeah.
Well, of course he is.
For Disney Plus, it's problematic, right? Especially with how the logo has been used lately. The controversy with that, all that political stuff, and the fact that he's a murderous vigilante. I don't know if that's a good fit for Disney Plus.
I mean,
Daredevil.
They're gonna do a Deadpool movie. It's like,
yeah, but they're gonna PG-13 there.
Well, they said Deadpool will be rated R in his own movie.
Yeah, He'll be rated R in his own movie. They're gonna keep it rated R, but when it's time to bring it to streaming, he's going to Hulu. He's not coming to Disney. Either they're gonna create a password thing for
Hulu. I don't know.
I think he's gonna go to Hulu.
I mean, because now he's now.
Why would they give it to somebody else?
He's now under Marvel Studios.
Yeah.
So it's like.
But yeah. Kevin Feige's producing Daredevil 3. I mean Deadpool 3. He's in. But back to the Netflix people though, I would think they were gonna recast what's his name? Not Iron Fist, the other guy. Luke Cage. I think they're gonna recast Luke Cage.
No,
I want them to use him.
I want him. What is his name? What is
Mike Coulter.
Mike Coulter.
Yeah, I met him at Dallas Fan Expo in 2019.
Okay, so I was gonna watch the first couple episodes of Luke Cage, and I was like, okay, I know who this character is. I'm familiar with this character. I don't know if I'm gonna watch the whole series because Netflix likes to screw things up when it comes to my comic book characters. And I don't like how they do stuff because they make it like high school. Oh my god, there's so much drama all the time and love triangles and all that shit that I don't care about. Mm-hmm. And so with this is another code red. You can do that. It's one of those.
Code red.
Like, you should have just. It was just a thing. So with this actor, he brought such humility and humanism to this character, which really it required that. And I absolutely loved his portrayal, and I loved the other actors that were in the series, and it just made me want to watch it, and it was just amazing. And then they linked it with the other series that I like that I cannot remember what her name is now, but she's
Kristen Ritter.
Lady. Yeah, what's her character called?
Jessica Jones.
Freaking love.
Yeah, they're
Jessica
linked in the
Jones.
comic book. They're married, I think.
Another really great series that Netflix didn't screw up as far as comic book characters. So I love Jessica Jones, loved Luke Cage. Iron Fist was okay in comparison to both of those, but
Iron Fist was just okay, but a lot of the supporting characters, like his love interest, were great. But like I said, Iron Fist got better in the Defender. Yeah. I loved the way they handled him in the Defenders. He was perfect. They
developed him more. They put more into him, which is something else that I hate. So here's and I am okay. You have more cause to talk about this than I do, but another black male character that they minimized in a series where they could have really developed him. And it made me upset because I wanted more of him. They made him very, he was two-dimensional, but he wasn't fully developed. Mm-hmm. And they, like you said, they didn't fully develop him until the Defenders, where they really gave him so much more. Luke. And made him more personable and just made him more of a human being that you just believed in. Yeah. And I hated that. But the series that they gave him was a good series. The actor really made it for me because the story and the writing wasn't as heavy as it should have been.
But I love him even more in the other show he's on, Evil. And I'm not saying that would prevent him from playing Luke Cage again. I'm just thinking that Luke was. I could see a series. I don't see them going, or I could see him just popping up. I could see Luke Cage popping up in Falcon and Winter Soldier, or Captain America and Winter Soldier. I could see him just popping up.
Yeah.
Right.
I could see Iron Fist just popping up in Shang-Chi.
It would just be a short version of what the series was. Yeah. So there's not like another story to retell, or I don't think there's a better way to retell what it is. Yeah. Maybe they give him a little more depth.
We got that variant. We got that variant Netflix story. Then we can just go to. And if they were to pop up, I could see Iron Fist popping up in the 10 Rings series if they do. If that's what they're gonna do with the 10 Rings.
Oh yeah.
I could see that. I could see them in supporting roles. I don't think Kevin Feige will ever use Daredevil. You got to use him. I
don't think he'll pull Daredevil in completely. I think it'll be another supporting role, maybe a pop up here and there, maybe a part of something. But I don't think you
don't think he'll ever use Daredevil, make a Daredevil movie?
No, I don't. I don't think so. And I don't think he'll make another Elektra movie. I don't think he'll pull her in. But I also don't think that they'll talk about how the Ninja Turtles were derived from Daredevil's sensei. If you know about that. Do you know about that? The connection?
I think, what's in that cup?
Okay, no. So the Daredevil Sensei is the one where he had what was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles rat?
Splinter.
Splinter. So Splinter was actually the pet
Of Yamato Yoshi.
Yes. And that's how he learned all the ninja moves that he then taught all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You can Google it. It's okay. It tracks. So technically they're in our universe. And so, yeah, Splinter was the pet of
Amato Yoshi.
The sensei. Amato Yoshi, the sensei. And when Amato Yoshi was murdered, that's when Sensei got loose, went into the sewers and got the ooze and the turtles and taught them all ninja moves.
We all saw the movie.
You guys didn't know that's where the connection is?
Yeah, well, of course.
No.
Anyway, guys, let us guys know what you guys think about the whole thing with Daredevil being in the MCU, at least a variant version of it. Are we gonna get Kingpin in this Hawkeye before this series ends? I hope so.
Yes.
I hope we.
And at the end of the show,
if we get Kingpin, if we get even a taste or a glimpse of him, then Charlie Cox is good. He's good to go.
I'm sure he'll, like they say, that he'll appear in that Echo.
And I think the only reason why Kevin Feige even brought it up is because we're about to see Kingpin.
Right.
Or at least in the Echo.
We wanted to build that buzz.
That buzz.
That buzz. I think so, like, we're about to reveal Fisk probably in the next episode 5, and then Daredevil will appear in the Echo series.
And then Amanda will be in the background and be like,
Marvel?
She'll be upset about something.
I think there should be a Daredevil movie, though. I think a Daredevil movie would be awesome.
I don't think they'll do another one. He was not invested in that quote. But also, at the end of the show, after our game, I'm going to make you guys tell me your favorite Ninja Turtles character. So just be prepared.
Sweet. I'm always prepared at all times. Guys, let us know what you guys think.
You can't tell us now.
All I said was all of them.
You're ruining it.
Oh, my phone's
You're ruining everything, Daniel.
Well, guys, let us know what you guys think about the whole Daredevil situation. If it's a dire situation, like Daniel always says, and if we're gonna get this man on screen, on the big screen, where he belongs in the MCU, and just let us know what you guys think,
love it.
and we'll talk about it. Maybe we'll talk about it on We Got Your Mail.
Our supporters help make all this content possible, so make sure you check out our Patreon page so you can help us bring you the content you want.
Push the pedal to the freaking metal. I'm turned up just like heavy metal. Yo. I stay turned up on another level. Push the pedal to the freaking metal. I'm turned up just like heavy metal.